won't be like a gym membership. Okay? That it's something that you will do consistently over time, and you will see how doing it regularly will really grow and build your wealth. Yes?
Yes.
I can't reiterate this enough because a lot of people have attended this seminar. I've been doing this seminar with Brother Bo for the last 9 years. Marami na nag-sign up, marami na open account, pero ano nangyari sa kanila? Sinimulan lang, pero wala nang pinuntahan. And I pray and I hope you're not those people. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, to make it consistent, I have last 5 minutes here, pero I might have to be a bit, to extend a bit. Okay? So, to make it consistent and to help you make this as a consistent habit of investing, okay? We encourage you to follow a system or a strategy that we call cost averaging. Okay, sabi niya, cost averaging.
Cost averaging.
Big word, no? Cost averaging. Nice. Right? So cost averaging is simply a strategy that involves investing a fixed amount of money at regular intervals over a long period. Okay? As you invest for the long term in the stock market. So the first thing you want to ask yourself is this. The first thing you want to consider here is your fixed amount. Basically, tanong mo sa sarili mo, after your paycheck, after your income, from your business, from your job, how much of that can you save and invest regularly? So isipin nyo, magkano doon? Okay, ang pwede nyo i-save and invest regularly. Alright, an amount of money that you don't need yet in your budget now that you can set aside for your future. So for some people, it can be, let's say, 5,000 pesos. Maybe for some, medyo mataas yun. Maybe they can only do 3,000 pesos. Or for some, they can go as high as 10 or even more, 15,000. Okay? So think about that. What is the amount that is comfortable for you to save and invest regularly? Once you've considered that, the next thing you want to ask yourself is, what is that regular interval? O ganong kadalas? How frequent can you save and invest that same fixed amount of money? Kaya ba ito kada buwan? Can we do this every month? Can we do this every quarter for some? Or can you even do it maybe every week? So the choice of how much, are you listening, yes?
Yes.
The choice of how much and how often really depends on you. Nasa sa'yo yan. Okay? On what's convenient and comfortable for you. So for some people, ang gagawin nila, 5,000 every month. Yun ang sinisave nila, yun ang i-invest nila. Regularly, yun ang ginagawa nila. For some, ang kaya lang 3,000 every month or 3,000 every quarter. Or for some, 10,000 every month or some 50,000 every quarter. Kung anong kombinasyon, find what best suits you. What works for you well based on your spending and your saving habits. Okay? For example, let's say, okay, we chose to invest, okay, 5,000 pesos is our fixed amount. And we chose to invest that money, okay, on a regular basis every month, buying the stock called ABC. So doing this regularly, okay, buying stocks every month, you're just simply doing that, keeping it simple, whether the market is going up or going down, because you're just acquiring those shares, you're doing cost averaging already. And you will see that it's designed to reduce market risk. Okay? Because you're purchasing your stocks over time. Okay? Not all at one go. You're purchasing it slowly. Okay? And by doing that, your risk is brought to a minimum. Kasi hindi mo nilalagay yung life savings mo, lahat ng pera mo all in one go. Ginagawa mo lang pakonti-konti. And that manages your risk. And here's what happens when you do this. When you invest with your fixed amount of money, you will notice, just follow me, that you're buying more shares when prices are low, and you're buying lesser shares when prices are high. Think about this. Kung pupunta ka ng gas station, let's say every week, ang fixed amount mo pang bili ng gas ay 500 pesos. Pag mababa yung presyo ng gas, okay, and you buy with your 500 pesos, you will get more or less liters. More liters, right? Okay, paano pag tumaas yan, next week pagbalik mo, yung 500 mo pareho pa rin, fixed amount, and it's at a much higher price. Do you buy more or less?
Yes.
Yes, kasi tumaas yung presyo. Same thing here. Your fixed amount is your friend. It makes sure that you're buying more shares pag mura. And it protects you from buying expensive because it stops you from buying at expensive prices. That's why you buy lesser shares when prices are high. So basically, again, you buy more shares with your fixed amount. Okay? 5,000 or 3,000 every month. Just do that regularly. And by doing that, you're able to buy more shares when prices are low and lesser shares when prices are high. Now, bakit? Ba't kailangan natin gawin yun? Okay? Why? It says here that when you do this, it effectively keeps your average cost down. Now, ibig sabihin yan, okay? Let me show you graphically. Let's say, this is the price chart, okay, of that stock called ABC. Maakyat, bumaba, maakyat, bumaba, maakyat, bumaba. In fact, the stock market might even go faster. But you see that there is an overall uptrend. And that is a sign that it's a good and dynamic business. Now, okay, let's do this quick. On the first month, so then you know, on the first month, at 3 pesos per share, let's say we invested 5,000 pesos buying this much shares. Okay? Ganito kadami. Imagine niyo na lang, ganito kadami. On the second month, price goes up to 5 pesos per share, and we continue to invest our 5,000 pesos at that price. At that point, you're able to buy more or less?
More.
Lesser shares. Right? On the third month, price goes back down to about 3.3, 3.4, and at that point, you're able to buy more. Very good. So as you consistently do this, okay, you will notice that you're buying more shares when prices are low and lesser shares when prices are high. Okay? Now, just imagine this with me. If let's say we try to put a divider right here in the middle, okay? At ilalagay natin dito lahat ng low-priced shares, nandito lahat. At lahat ng high-priced shares, nandito sa kabilang side. Okay? Question, which kind of shares will you have more of? Those that are low prices or those that are higher prices?
Low.
Those that are lower. Kasi nga you're able to buy more shares when prices are low with your fixed amount. Now, imagine yung divider na ito, tanggalin natin yan. And it all mixes up, it all averages out. At the end, you will see that because you have more shares at lower prices, your average cost for buying all these shares will be higher or lower?
Higher.
Lower. I'll show you this graphically. Okay? Let's say, this line here, this is your average cost line. Meaning, ito yung ginastos mo, okay, on an average, buying those shares regularly. So, bumili ka na mababa, may more shares when prices are low, lesser shares when prices are high. And so, it averages out the high-priced shares, the low-priced shares, all into one line. At the end, you're able to see that it's lower, your cost, okay, is lower compared right up there compared to your current market price. And if you remember price appreciation earlier, the difference between your cost and your market price is the money you're able to make. And you see here clearly that that's the money you're able to make through a simple, consistent strategy called cost averaging. Clear? Simple lang yan. Huwag kayo ma-intimidate. Simple lang yan. Basically, here, you don't need to know when to buy or when to sell. You simply have to know magkano ba ang gusto mo i-invest, kaya mong i-invest, at kano madalas. And just stick to that, and we will guide you even on which to buy and when to buy, and just do that regularly over time, and you will see that this will work and this will happen for you. Okay? So basically, that's the habit that we're trying to create for all of you, for this to work for your financial life. Now, for the Truly Rich Club journey of investing, here's how it all works. And next slide, please. Next slide. Yeah. Okay. So, marami sa inyo, first time mag-i-invest na sa kamay? Okay, sino sa inyo nag-i-invest na? Okay, very good. So, all of us would somehow fall within this recommended journey of investment with the Truly Rich Club. So, pag nagsisimula ka pa lang, if you're starting out, and your portfolio value is from 0 to 75,000, we would highly recommend that you simply buy every month or every quarter with a fixed amount of money this index fund, PhilEquity Philippine Stock Exchange Index Fund. Now, sino sa inyo nakarinig na kung anong mutual fund sa kamay? Okay, good, most of you. So for those of you who don't know, mutual funds are pooled investments. In other words, let's say itong buong kwarto na ito, pinagsama-sama natin lahat ng pera natin, binigay natin sa isang tao. to be able to invest in our behalf. And they will be the one to invest, and if they make money, they will give it back to us according to what we gave. Alright? Basically, that's it. And we're recommending you, as you start out, to buy an index fund because it gives you instant noodles. Biro lang, kayo, corny. Pero para lang mag-isip kayo, di ba? It gives you instant diversification. In other words, yung instant diversification yan, so konting pera na pinapasok mo, you're able to participate, you're able to gain exposure to a good basket of stocks right away. Kasi mapapamahal ka kung bibili mo isa-isa yan. But with an index fund, konti lang ilagay mo, and your fixed amount of money, you're able to somehow co-own already with that mutual fund company a lot of stocks. So basically, as you start out, we would just simply encourage you, with your fixed amount of money, 3,000, 2,000, 5,000, buy every month or buy regularly that Phil Equity PSE Index Fund. Now, over time, let's say ginagawa mo na yun regularly, maybe every month or every quarter, lumaki na yung portfolio mo, lumaki na yung pera mo, and you come to a point where your portfolio value is 75,000 to 250,000. We now encourage you to invest through our TRC starter stocks. Ano those starter stocks? Every month, we will recommend to you 3 stocks. Simply 3 stocks that we recommend that you would buy. Right? These 3 stocks. And every month, more or less, minsan nag-iiba ng konti, but we'll ask you to simply acquire those stocks. The cost average yung bilhin nyo regularly. Right? And again, over time, as you do this, okay, your starter stocks, and it has grown also to a point where now your portfolio value is 250,000 and above, ito na yung tuturo natin, yung strategic averaging method. You invest now through SAM. Okay? Anyway, a lot of our as first-timers, we will be explaining this to you as we move along. Pero gets ba so far? Yes? So marami sa atin, nasa simula. Tama ba? Okay. So yun yung gagawin natin. Simple lang. One index fund, you buy that regularly. So I'll explain now how this works. Okay? At some point, you will be doing this, so it's good that you know. Okay? So Sam's house rules, and do this very quickly, TRC strategic averaging method. First, again, we've been reiterating this consistency, so you have to invest regularly. Right? You invest small and slowly. Right? Regularly. Hindi kailangan isang malaking bagsakan ng pera kagad. Just put in what you're comfortable with and keep it fixed as long as you can. So 2,000, 3,000 regularly. Right? Next, buy at buy below prices. So when we come out with our guidance to all of you that you will receive as Truly Rich Club members eventually, you will have a newsletter, and at the end of that newsletter, you will see there a SAM table. You will see there our recommended stocks, and then you will see there the buy below price. See, the buy below price is simply a price that will ensure you that you buy at a low and good price. And it protects you from buying expensive. Okay, so basically this is how it works. Pakita natin. If your buy below price is at 5, okay, and this January, the stock that you're buying is at 2 pesos, what do you do?
Buy.
Buy. Right? Here, very good. In February, it's 350. Ano gagawin natin?
Buy.
Buy pa din. Sabay ka. Buy mo na. Okay. March, 475. What do we do?
Buy.
You still buy. Very good. Because it's still below your buy below price. So that means mura pa siya. So bibili pa tayo. Okay? Eh pagdating ng April, 5 pesos na. What do you do?
Hold.
You hold. Okay, very good. Kasi nung huling beses ng seminar ako, sinabi ko, April 5, what do you do? Sell! Sell na kagad. Mukhang pera talaga, di ba? Okay? So 5, you hold. Alright? And then we go to our number 3 step. You stop buying when prices go beyond the buy below price. It means, okay, huwag ka na bumili kasi nagmamahal na yung presyo. Alright? So let's do that exercise again. So let's go sa tayo tumigil. Anong month? April, di ba? Okay. May. So April 5 pesos. May 5.25. Ano gagawin natin? Sige na. Ito talaga ako sa'yo. Grabe naman, sister.
Magulat o.
Hold lang. Wala pa tayong sinasabing target price, di ba? So May, what we do?
Hold.
Hold. Do you buy more, yes or no?
No.
No. Okay. Eh, June, bumalik sa 450.
Five.
Again. Kasi nagmura ulit, nag-discount ulit. Okay? Good. Number 4, wait for the target price and then sell when the target price is hit. Now, ano ba yung target price na yan? The target price is the intrinsic or expected value of the business. Research analysts look at the company, they study it, they do certain computations, and they believe this is what the company is really worth. Now, the current price will approximate this target price eventually. It will go up to that price one day when nobody knows. Whether it's 6 months down the road, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, hindi natin alam. Right? But it will get to that point. So yun ang target price. So, okay, balik tayo. Buy below price is 5. Target price at 10. Okay, let's go to as far as... Saan tayo stop? May. Okay. Nandiyan pa kayo? Okay, good. So May, June pala, 450. So, ano gawin natin June?
Buy.
July, 625.
Hold.
Hold. Next, hold. Okay? August, 775.
Hold.
September, 940.
Hold.
Hold, but same. 10 na eh. Antigas number. Joke lang. 10 ang target price, diba? So, 940. September, we hold. October, 10.
Sell.
You?
Sell.
Ayan. So right about this time, okay, Brother Bo and I will be sending you a stock alert, an email to prompt you to sell, to remind you to sell kasi tumama na sa target price. Okay? Now, nakabenta ka na. Okay? So kumita ka, yes? Ano gagawin na natin ngayon? Shopping na tayo, bili na tayo ng iPhone, ng iba't ibang gadgets, shopping spree na, tama ba? No. What do you do? Let's get to this first.
Invest.
You reinvest. Ay, sige, next muna. What do you do? You
Reinvest.
that money that you made from that sale no October, kumita ka na, ang gagawin mo, i-reinvest mo back into your other some stocks that are still below the buy below price. Why do we want to do this? Because we want to compound the growth of our investment. Masaya ka nang kumita ng isang beses, then why not delay your gratification? Huwag mo muna gastusin yun and continue to invest para mas lalo ang mag-growth over time. Correct? Correct. So, promise yan ha. Kasi alam ko, nag-send kami ng email, o ibenta nyo na to, tumama na sa target price. So, pag punta ko dito sa mall, dito sa Cebu, at let's say, kakalabas lang ng email na magsisell. Tapos nagkita tayo. Sa dami mong shopping bag na dala. Eh di alam na. Alam na na nagastos na ang kinita sa stock market. So guys okay? Sige, huwag maisusapan yan. Hindi naman threat, but this is really just to help you so that your investment will continue to grow and compound over time. Kasi mahirap naman kumikita ka tapos withdraw ka agad, di ba? Wala nang pupuntahan ang gastos mo lang din. Alright? So, reinvest in other some stocks. Last 5 minutes, okay? Or even less. So, just to give you an idea, okay, this is a sample of our newsletter that you will get twice each month that comes with a video of me just telling you what the market, how the market is doing, how our investments are doing also. You also hear from Brother Bo from the first page and a little bit more details on what's happening in the market. Sige, next slide on the second page. So you want to read that para alam niyo, naiintindihan niyo kung ginagawa natin. So you know how to be able to invest on your own. And then on the final page, this is what's important. You will see the sum table. Okay? This summarizes now the stocks we recommend, and the current price, the buy below price, and then the target price. And in case hindi pa rin natin alam kung anong gagawin natin, para lang klaro at sure, we put our recommendation. Para lang bobo-proof, di ba? Yung para klaro, ano ba gagawin mo kaya na nandyan? Continue buying, stop buying, hold, continue. Simple, yes? Okay, di ba? So for example, let's say Ayala Land, ALI. Okay? Current price, huwag niyo picture na ito kasi luma na ito. Siyempre, hindi ko papakita sa inyo yung pinakabago, wala niyo mag-sign up, di ba? Anyway, Ayala Land, 32.50. Current price, 32.50. Buy below price, 33.30. What do?
Continue.
You buy. Ano bang nakasulat na nga dyan, di ba? Siyempre, focus na. Di ba? Continue buying. BDO, ayan, BDO, ayan, SM Mall to, alam niya yan, BDO. It's at 98.95, buy below price at 92. What do? You stop buying. Kasi, bakit? Because it's higher, your current price is higher or has gone
Sa
beyond
below.
your buy below price. Very good. Now you're wondering, bakit yung iba may hold, bakit yung iba stop buying? Okay? So clearly, okay, notice those that are stop buying, their current market prices are beyond the buy below price. So it's gone expensive, so we're telling you, stop buying and don't add more. Okay? For those that are in hold position, let's say at that time, Cebu Pacific and GTCA, if you notice, their current market price is still below the buy below price. So naturally, dapat you should buy or you can buy. But we're telling you hold because at that time, our research team is looking into the company and assessing if there's an upgrade or a downgrade of its target price. Kasi pag nag-iba yung target price niyan, mag-iiba rin yung buy below price. So we're telling you at this time, at this moment, this season, you simply hold and don't add more, don't buy more. And stay tuned for our guidance later on because it will tell you what to do next for that stuff. Clear? Simple? Okay, let's move along. Alright, so the beauty of investing now today online through Seawell Financial is that you don't just get to invest in stocks, you can also invest in mutual funds. And I discussed with you that earlier already. So gone are the days where you have to go to different agents, okay, different people to sign up and create an account with them to be able to invest in mutual funds as well. Today you can all do it with one account. One account for your stocks, and in that same account you can invest as well through mutual funds through Seawell Financial. So I'm going quickly so we can move on. Alright, so these are different mutual funds that are available on our platform. So you have money market funds, bond funds, balance funds, equity funds. You can read more about that on our website of what those are. And these are the fund houses that we carry. Sun Life, Phil Equity, Atram, Philam, FAMI, First Metro, and Ayala Funds. Okay? Now, before I was asked to clarify this, of what the difference is between Call Financial and the Truly Rich Club. Okay? The Truly Rich Club, okay, gives you the guidance, gives you the financial education on what to do in the stock market. Seawell Financial is now the platform where you get to execute that which you learn. Like, Seawell Financial is the platform where you get to buy and sell those stocks. Now, I want to clear that because there have been many times na may lumalapit sa akin, sinasabi nila, Mike, nagsimula na ako sa Truly Rich Club, nagbigay na ako ng pera, pero bakit gano'n? Isang taon na hindi ko lang nangyari sa investment, ito parang hindi naman lumaki. Ang tinanong ko, ma'am, may binili po ba kayong stock sa Seawell Financial? Or bumili na ba kayo using your stockbroker? Sabi niya, ano yun? So please do not make that mistake. Okay? If you want to be able to start out investing in the stock market, you need the guidance from Truly Rich Club and you need a platform. Your preferred stockbroker, in this case, it's Seawell Financial. But if you have other stockbrokers that you use, you invest with, that's fine. Okay? So you can use that. So now you know and understand. You know and understand its difference. Yes? Okay. Alright. I'll skip through this. Last point. Can we read it all together?
There is no progress without deliberate action.
Whew. We'll be at this point already. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, I've been doing this seminar for the last 9 years. I can remember this one time where this guy, after my seminar, came up to me, super siyang excited, super siyang eager beaver. Sabi niya, Mike, mag-i-invest ako sa stock market, simulan ko na ito ngayon, yayaman na talaga. And so ako naman, syempre, kuha ako, appreciate ko yung excitement niya. So I led him to one of our account officers, just like what we have at the back, para masimulan na mabuksan yung account. So I thought that would work, and good for him, he was starting already. 1 year after, I'm doing exactly the same seminar. And he walks in at the back and sits down. And I'm wondering lang, bakit siya bumalik? Baka nalugi siya. Gusto niya akong kinabahan na ako lahat. So after my seminar, I came up to him and said, "Oh sir, you're back. How are you doing? Have you been investing? How's your portfolio doing?" Alam mo sabi niya sa akin? Sabi niya, "Ay, alam mo, na-busy kasi ako last year. Hindi ko nagawa ng paraan. Hindi ko natuloy yung pagbukas ko ng account. So ngayon pa lang ako babalik, nagre-refresher lang ako, kaya nakikinig ako sa iyo ulit para makapagsimula na talaga ako mag-invest. And I said, okay sir, that's good. It's good to have you back. And I brought him again to our account officer to facilitate his account opening. But as I was doing that, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking, sayang.
Sayang.
Sayang. Because after that 1 year, that 1 year that he waited and he didn't do anything, umakit na yung market, kinita na niya sana yung pera doon. Pero hindi. Dahil ang daming excuses, na busy, ganyan. So friends, I'm telling you that tonight. Because again, all of this will be wasted. All of this will be in vain. Bale, wala po ito lahat if you do not act on it. If this is just all learning for you, well, it's good you learn something. But for your learning to be translated to you being able to reach your financial goals and to become financially free, you have to do something. You have to act on it. Because again, there is no progress without deliberate action. Alright? So I hope you learned something tonight, and if you want to learn more about CWell Financial through the Rich Club, these are our websites for inquiries. Well, this is a Manila number, but you can email us at helpdesk@cwellfinancial.com. Thank you very much. God bless you.
A big hand for brother